G'day guys, I hope you're all doing well today. Today we've driven to North Lakes and we're going to be installing some MCA coilovers onto my car. Now, I did have XYZ coilovers, or I do have XYZ coilovers on my car at the moment, and over the last couple of months they've developed this horrible knock and this horrible squeak that I just cannot get rid of no matter how many things I try. I've tried to re-grease basically everything. I've tried spray lubricants on everything. I've tried literally like upper UCAs, I've tried camber arms, I've tried everything to try and get rid of this squeak. But today we've like lashed out and spent a whole lot of money to get these MCA coilovers, and yeah. Now also today, this video would not have been possible without Long Boost Performance. I got chatting to Craig from Long Boost Performance for a couple of months now, and he said, hey man, it'd be an awesome way to sort of help your car get a little bit better, as well as support our brand and help us support you. We'd love to help you out with some MCA coilovers for your car. And I was like, no way. So yeah. Now I've been in the works with Craig from Long Boost Performance for a while now, and I want to give him a massive shout out, and Long Boost Performance a massive shout out for sponsoring me a set of coilovers for my car. So today, this would be one of the first couple of videos I'm going to be doing with the coilovers. I'm firstly going to be installing them, and then I'm going to be doing a comparison video compared to the XYZs, and then just a general road review as well, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, let's head around to Gene's house and let's get these bad boys on. So these right here are the coilovers we're going to be installing today. We're going to be installing a set of MCA purples. One of the biggest benefits about going with MCA as well, and I think Gina will probably alliterate on these as well, is the fact that this is also a true coilover setup, which means it has coils in the back and the front, which normally with a lot of other things, a lot of other coil brands, with the Falcons, they actually just run a boot and a spring. So this would be a pretty cool setup. So all the wheels are off the car, and we've already put the rear coils in. And they look so good. So Gene's already set them all up to his awesome spec that no one needs to know about. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we haven't shown anyone that yet. Yeah, my luck's run out with the rotor grids now, guys. And 1 year to the day, and she's cracked all the way through. So I better get it welded up at work, but I'll probably be looking for some new rims eventually soon. May as well go with some genuine Volt grids this time, I reckon.
Sounds like a plan, mate.
Definitely. So yeah, one of the best things about this kit as well, it's one of the very few kits that actually comes with a true coilover setup, which is mad. So yeah, Gene set them all up, and we're about to start putting the fronts in. So it's still got the XYZs in at the moment, so we're just in the process of taking them out. All the bolts have been done, and these two right here are about to go straight in. So these have all been pre-set up by Josh, who works at MCA, and then Gene as well on top. So yeah, they're all going to turn out pretty much pristine, which is awesome, and it should make a massive difference with the ride quality as well. The other things we've got to sort out before we end up getting the tune, which is going to be very, very soon, is the brakes, which is all coming next week as well. And I guess before I do a tune as well, Max, I'm going to have to sort out that big dirty crack on my my genuine rotor TU37s. So, why are you laughing, bro?
Good old inside joke, mate.
Some good old banter. Oh, also, I completely forgot to tell you guys exactly why we found out that my car was squeaking. And believe it or not, it wasn't the coilovers. We're going to quickly sort this out at the same time as well, but if you guys can see that right there, that's a sway bar linkage right there. You can see the rubber is up above it. It sounded like a metal on metal rattle, but yeah, that sway bar linkage just didn't want to play the game anymore, and it's decided to screw itself over. So we're going to fix that today as well, hopefully stop this car from squeaking. Apart from that, this thing is pretty much ready to get tuned, which I'm extremely excited for. So yeah, we'll just keep on working, keep on plowing away. And also, if you guys wanted to see an actual like install, proper install, I've done this like heaps of times on my channel before, but just look up on my channel. I'll put a link in the description as well, just for FG coilovers. It's pretty easy to do. You just want to make sure you get them set up by a professional at the same time as well. So that's why I have Gene here, and he's doing the whole setup and install process on this one's here, because I didn't want to screw up these ones here. Make sure you're always trusting professionals. So this is the final ride height in the back now. Loving the new fitment as well. Looks good. What's that? Oh, did you? I didn't even see. You've just jacked it up from the sump, haven't you?
Yeah, on the sump.
Yeah, cool. So this is where the car currently sits. Obviously it's a little bit higher than the way I want it currently, but over the next week or week to 10 days, the car will settle over time, and then I'm actually coming back and doing some brakes here next weekend. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for them to settle, and then we'll come back next weekend. I'm going to tell you some stuff about the sway bar eventually, and then yeah, we're going to wait for all these to settle. We're going to redo all the coils just to make sure they're all sitting at the correct height, and then we'll put some brakes on as well. So yeah. Rightio. So we've just finished at Gene's, and he was like a well-oiled machine getting these things in. He did them all perfectly, everything up to his spec, making sure that everything was tight. He's done such a good job with all the stuff that I've done to my car, and all the fixes that he's done as well. But now we're taking it on its maiden voyage, which is already feeling quite impressive. One thing I did want to let you guys know really quickly about the car was the fact that the squeaking, we ended up finding out, as you saw in the videos before, it was actually due to the sway bar and link pin, I believe it was called. One of the bushes had completely gone through, and it was just metal on metal rubbing. So anyway, we're going to be sorting that out next weekend when we do the brakes at the same time. So at the moment, this car has no rear sway bar, which isn't an issue. Things you can instantly notice about these coilovers is, I don't know what it is, but just like coming down off curbs and like slow speed bumps, this car just feels so much more solid now, and it feels so much more comfy. I don't know why, but it's just, these are supposed to be a little bit stiffer than the XYZ shocks that I had, and the XYZs were like fully stiff, but I think just these things at the moment, they're just designed and built a little bit better than XYZ, of course, obviously with the price and everything else as well. But just coming down off curbs and coming down onto curbs and, you know, taking low speed bumps and everything else as well, I can definitely feel like this is going to be a massive advantage. Even just like, you know, with this car being the ultimate daily driver, everything that I've wanted to build it, it just feels like it's going to handle speed bumps, everything else a lot better. And I know it sounds really bad that I'm saying that coilovers are going to be amazing in terms of speed bumps, but they honestly will do. They're going to create such a difference when it comes to low speed driving. But I can definitely see how this would become a massive difference up when I'm actually tracking it at the same time as well. So I'm sure that there's going to be advantages to that, but obviously I can't do that on the road. But overall, I think just with this whole setup, I don't know, I feel like when I was used to driving this car, you know, there'd be like, you know, a knock here, a knock there, and squeaking and everything else as well. The car just wouldn't feel solid, and you know, you can kind of tell. Oh yeah, you can definitely feel that in the back. It's rolling so much in the back, but you can definitely feel straight up, you know, just the quality difference between the two cars and between the two different types of suspension, especially when I was, you know, so used to driving on the XYZs. Oh god, the back is so bad. Especially when I was used to driving on the XYZs so much that, you know, it didn't feel as solid as this car does. And you know when you just jump into something and it feels solid? I feel like these coilovers were definitely something that I needed to make this car feel how I want. It feels like nothing I've ever kind of driven before. Feels really different. So I'm going to do a couple more videos with the MCA coilovers. Obviously I have done suspension videos in the past in terms of just installing them, so that's why I didn't include a lot of the stuff today. Gene has a lot of his own tips, tricks, everything else that he follows himself to get the best out of these coilovers, to set them up perfectly and install them perfectly at the same time. So I wasn't one to, you know, take all that stuff away from him and show you guys how to do it, because obviously he runs a business and he wants to, he has stuff that he needs to keep so he can keep his business going as well. So yeah, man, this is such a different car. You can definitely feel that lack of sway bar in the boot though. Wow, over bumps, it's so different. The steering feels a little bit different too. It feels a little bit lighter. I don't know if that's an actual thing. I don't know. Not bad. Alrighty guys, once again, I want to give a massive shout out to Long Boost Performance. Craig was the guy that set me up with this MCA kit, and so I want to thank him a lot for all the help that he's given me and all the tips and the tricks and everything else that he's given me over the past, you know, 2 months that we've been working this out. If you guys want to check out Long Boost Performance, make sure to check them out in the link in the description below. Go check out all the awesome stuff that they have on offer there. Yeah, thank you very much Long Boost Performance for sponsoring this video. With that said, thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. I hope you all really enjoyed the footage. And yeah, as I said, if you guys wanted to see another coilover install and how you can do it at home, obviously make sure you're always going to a professional after it to go check it out. But if you want to do it at home, check out the link in the description down below and you'll see how we did